Okay, next up, we're going to talk about Cam Newton. I thought that this was very interesting and funny. So, Cam Newton is on his way to having his seventh child by his third baby mama. For anyone who does not know, Cam Newton has been dating a woman named Jasmine Brown since 2021. She is a comedian. I've never heard of her as a comedian. I've never heard of her. I didn't know she was a comedian, but she's a comedian apparently. She's pregnant with Cam Newton's. Uh, she's pregnant with Cam Newton's next kid, and she is making jokes about it herself. She's making light of the situation because she knows that people are going to do it anyway, because she is his third baby mama and going to be the mother of his seventh kid. So, interesting sound here that we are going to play of a recent set that she did. As you can see, she is very pregnant there. She's wearing his Carolina Panthers jersey, which that's also, shouts out. I guess she's holding it down. But here's her talking about how people can't really throw stones at her for getting into it and being the third baby mama and mother of baby number seven, because you never know what kind of decision that you'll make when put in the same position.
If y'all don't know, I'm the third one, and this is his sixth child. Someone said, ooh, right, couldn't have been me. All right, until the rich nigga put that pressure on you. I could never be nobody. Okay, until $100 put the pressure on you, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Talking about what you'll never be. Bitch, you ain't never had.
Oh,
Oh, you better than me? I am. What the hell? And I'm reading this shit. It's so funny because he was talking back at a couple of people. He was talking back at a couple of people in the comments too, which was great. I was like, yeah, man, get up. Can't nobody read your font, but
wow.
So, and then for a little bit of, because we are in the age of the internet, right? So here is how she is parlaying this into uh essentially making having it take having her career be able to take advantage of it. So she has these
What?
she's on yeah. So she's going around because she's I guess she's on tour, and the name of the tour is Third Time's a Charm, which is obviously a play on the fact that she is going to be Cam
Uh,
Newton's third baby mama.
yeah.
So she's leaning into it. She's
Uh,
leaning into it. Third Time's a Charm tour coming to a comedy stage near you, link in bio. So she's leaning into it, which I'm not surprised by that. I mean, this is 2023, about to
Gee.
be 2024, and the internet. Brown's announcement includes a picture of her proudly showing off her baby bump for the first time in the photo. She holds up three fingers next to the words Baby Mama 3. The tour poster reveals upcoming dates in Charlotte, Miami, shouts out, and Chicago throughout December.
What?
So, yeah, and I misspoke there. So, correction, it's Cam Newton's sixth kid, not seventh. Cam Newton's sixth kid. She is baby mama number 3. But what do you make of her making light of this situation? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh boy. Oh man. Listen, bro. Like, there's this rhetoric going around. Like, hey, get your bag. Get your bag. And like you said, this is 2023, new wave, new way. Make your money however you can make it. Uh, this I want to be upset at this. Uh, I do. I don't. For something about this don't feel right. But at the same time, if I know Cam Newton, how I think I know Cam Newton, and from the little bit that I've seen from this woman, I'm pretty sure they're all okay with this. I don't think Cam finds this distasteful. I feel like he knew he was dealing with a comedian. Felt like he knew he was dealing with somebody who's air quote an influencer or a position of status, notoriety herself. I'm with you, bro. I've never heard of her before. I think I've seen her face before, but if somebody said it by name, I would have lost that trivia challenge. So I don't know who this person is, but Cam obviously does. He obviously rocks with her enough to drop off in there. Um, from what I've seen from her on stage, her wearing that dress, because pregnancy can throw things off. So you can see she's got a hump back there. So I can
No,
see,
yeah, yes.
yeah, I can see
Yeah.
why she funny, she getting money, she got a hump back there. Yeah, let's do this, on some Nick Cannon stuff. So I can't really be upset with this, but the part about this that does rub me the wrong way is the opportunisticness of this, if that's a word. For her to go, got him, you know. She's clearly very pregnant, as you mentioned. So this was in the works, as she's pregnant. I don't think she premeditated this beforehand. But as it's going down and she's realizing that she can make a play on this, I feel like she's taking that opportunity. And that's the part about this that feels a little ugh. But hey, man, y'all live y'all life. Cam Newton and Miss Jasmine Brown, y'all do what y'all do. I don't know what the long ball game of this is, but to me, it seems a little bit distasteful to name your tour, third time's a charm. I feel like that's a little, so to me, I don't know. It's pushing it just a little bit. But last thing I'll say, and I'll let you go. One thing about life, man, and humanity is that over the last few hundreds of years, I would say, um, you know, things have really changed as far as people's perspective of what's really important in life and what we're supposed to be doing down here as humans. And so, in this case, men, I think that in the past, this is, I think in the past that, men that had, financial, uh, stability and had enough, they could have as many wives as they can financially support. Um, and by doing that, by achieving so many things down here to be in that position, the reward is you get women and children and all that other stuff. And I think that if we look and we compare that type of mindset to more contemporary types of doing things, who says that he has to get married? He does have apparently enough finances to fund another baby mama and a sixth child. So I think he's comfortable with this. I think he's comfortable where he's at. He wants to do this. And the last thing to tie all this in is to prolong legacy. You can say one thing, you can have bodies of work as far as art and all that other stuff, but I think one of the more precious types of commodities that you can bring into this world is a child, extending your own DNA. So for him to be going out here and doing this because he's achieved enough, so to speak, taking this a little old school, but achieved enough, so to speak, so he could put more of himself into the world. I don't I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that logic either. So people would like to throw stones perhaps at Cam Newton or Nick Cannon, but I think what they're doing is they want to see themselves in the world uh, and proliferate like that. So hey man, this is a teach their own type of thing. I know me personally, I would be a little you know, uncomfortable with the woman that I thought that we were chilling with to go turn this into a bag. It's a little weird to me. But what about you, man? What are your thoughts on the Cam Newton baby mama number 3, Jasmine Brown, on stage, creating a whole set just to describe that she's just another baby mama?
I hear that point with Cannon because I think it's become clear with Cannon that he's doing this on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But to that last thing that you talked about, that is all assuming that Cam Newton is approaching this with the same
intentionally.
mentality as Nick Cannon, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that. I don't know that. For all I know, Cam Newton can just be a guy who
Just
just
busting
doesn't
off.
care and just busts. Yeah, and he's just letting off. Right, exactly. So I'm not going to give Cam Newton that much credit because I don't know what his mentality is on family values. I don't know what
Fair.
they are.
That's
Nick
fair.
Cannon has told us he is doing this on purpose. Like Nick Cannon, without saying it exactly, has pretty much publicly admitted to being a polygamist. So that makes sense for Cannon. I don't know about Cam Newton, but I will also say that, and this isn't for this type of lifestyle is not for me personally.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not gonna be running around letting off in all of these different women. I got too many seeds spread out all over the place. Like that's not for me personally.
Right,
It's
right,
not for
right.
me personally. But if there is any condition under which it's the most ideal for you to maintain this kind of lifestyle, it is if you have the kind of net worth that those two guys have. So
Right.
just speaking at it purely from a practical standpoint, it makes the most sense. It makes the most sense if you feel this way about life to do it when you are able to position yourself financially for it to make sense. The rest of Dusties and Crusties out here doing this without that kind of financial infrastructure, that to me makes no sense whatsoever. But
Mm-mm.
to the my interpretation of this is honestly, I didn't. I was like I don't even know if I want to get mad at this. I
Right.
kind
Yeah.
of respect where she's coming from. I honestly do because I feel like she's being honest.
Yeah.
And what I respect about her position that I can't stand about most of these modern ladies of the evening out here. We talked about it last week. We talked about Rennie Rucci and Kim the Man and how they tried to legitimize why they can't date men who are 9 to 5 or average, quote unquote, even though I hate that word. Um, and you tried to apply some kind of logic behind what they're doing, and I heard where you were coming from, but I felt as though you were giving them more credit than they deserve because I think in their heart of hearts they're not thinking it that far through. They're just trying to make themselves seem less like a slore by putting some sort of logic behind why they go for men with money, when at the end of the day they just want dudes with money, and that's as far as they think it through. And I really feel like I would respect a lot of these chicks more if they just didn't try to make it seem like there's some sort of wisdom behind this thing. Like, put it out there on Front Street. Y'all are attracted to men with money. You want the men with the money. That's what you want, period. Don't tell me that you want the guys with money because men with money are less insecure, because that's a lie. Men with money are not less insecure. Don't tell me that you want to get a guy with money because he's most likely to, I don't know, some of the other things that they talk about. He's not gonna blow their spot up. He's where he out there getting money, so he ain't gonna be checking up on me. That's not true. There's men who aren't rich who are not gonna check up on you, and there's men who are rich who are gonna stay blowing up your set. So these false equivalencies, these full rationalizations are not real, and they bring these things up so that they seem reasonable, but in fact, at the end of the day, they just want dudes with money. And you talk all the time about how women pay lip service to the idea that they care about being cheated on, but you question the legitimacy of those claims, because when push comes to shove, if they have to make a choice between leaving a guy who gives them a lifestyle that they like or dealing with the cheating and staying with them, a lot of times they deal with the cheating and stay. So if you don't, so you question how much they actually care about being cheated on. And I'm with you on that. I agree. I question that as well. You got a lot of them who will sit here and talk about how cheating is a non-negotiable. But if you with a rich dude and he puts that pressure on you, like she said, what you gonna do? Give up all of that because he, has sex with another chick? No, you're gonna stay there because you like the lifestyle more than dislike the fact that he cheated on you. So I hear where she's coming from, and I'm with it because she's literally saying, "Hey, this dude got three. I'm the third baby mama. This dude got 5 kids. He's about to be the sixth, the father of a sixth child by me. I am baby mama number 3. But hey, Cam Newton got that cash. Cam Newton got that bag. How much money did he play during how much the Carolina Panthers paid him when he got the big payday? When I think it was like a $60 million contract, and this
Mm-hmm.
was like 10 years ago, before we saw quarterbacks making 165, $200 million now. Back
Mm-hmm.
then, that was resetting the market. You know what I'm saying? When the Panthers paid Cam Newton his contract, he reset the market with that. This is a wealthy man. And so she's sitting there saying, hey, this wealthy dude was checking for me. I wasn't thinking about how many kids and baby mamas he got. It was open season for him because intrinsically I'm looking at the bag that this dude got, and I couldn't say no. It was a deal that I could not. It was an offer I couldn't refuse, and she's just being real about that. And I respect the honesty, even though I am not the biggest fan of that being the state of play, albeit the fact that that I understand it. But a lot of these chicks need to follow behind her, because if there's one thing that her and people like Brittany Renner can teach us, it is that these chicks can talk the most craziest, reckless stuff publicly that they want. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They got the looks, the pretty face, they got the body, they post the right kind of pics on Instagram. They're still going to get these dudes anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how reckless they talk. These dudes will still line up to date them. So there's no incentive to lie or be dishonest about it. Y'all just want dudes with bags. Don't give me these ridiculous rationalizations behind why you want dudes with bags. Y'all intrinsically like men with money, rich men. Like, put it out in the open. Let's just be real about it. You know what I'm saying? You want me to give you a rationalization for why I like women who have big booties, fat asses? No. Intrinsically, I like a woman with curves. Let's just
Sorry.
leave it at that. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I like women with fat asses because it suggests fertility and I want children. No, it's a carnal instinct. It's a carnal instinct. I just like a chick with a fat ass, period. Like, these rationalizations are crazy. And so I can't be mad at this because she said what I wish the two slurs from last week said. And she said what I wish so many of these other ladies, modern day prostitutes out here who want to give us these ridiculous reasons for why they need a dude who's 6'4", who at least makes $500,000 a year. These chicks believe this. And it ain't just famous chicks, it's regular chicks. They believe this stuff. I need my dude to be 6'4", make at least $250,000, $300,000 a year, as if these guys grow on trees. And it's like, don't rationalize this stuff. Be real with it. And I cannot be anything but respectful of the fact that she just said it. Hey, I'm not thinking about none of this. This dude was rich and he put that pressure on me. And that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, and you know, to your point, when it comes to the women that are just willing to, because you had made a point when you're talking about last week's topic, when you were saying that the guy that has the bag is less insecure versus the guy that doesn't is more insecure. And it's kind of the same thing with this when we're dealing with baby mamas, because there's a guy in the trap right now. I mean, he barely has a job, he barely has any income, but he got 4 baby mamas. And there's some chick willing to sign up to be the 5th. And it has nothing to do about a bag per se, unless she wants to run to the government and get that kind of bag. But she's not getting the bag from him per se. So we still, as above, so below. I mean, there's still going to be a situation where we have these women that are still going to sign up to be a baby mama 3 or 4 to a guy that don't have a net worth like Cam Newton's. So I think this is just a mentality of certain kind of women when it comes to willing to be a sister wife. I mean, I've talked to girls before, man, where they're getting up there in age. At this point, they're looking for a donor. All right, I don't know how old this woman is. We could fact check it or what have you. But once you start getting, I would argue she's in her 30s, but she might be in her late 20s. But when we're dealing with this type of stuff, like, I don't know, you don't know what type of mindset a woman has. I mean, I've talked to women where they said, look, at this point, I'm gonna have a baby by this age, whether I have a
Mhm.
man in my life or not. So, there's all kinds of mentalities and all kinds of things that play into why a woman would do such a thing. But to her point, there are a lot of people in that audience and on the internet that would have been like, girl, you crazy. Baby mama number 3, child number 6. How much attention, how much this he can give you, and blah, 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 whoop, de, whoop, de, blah, blah. Girl, that couldn't be me. And her response to those women is, have you ever had that happen to you? I've been in some wild situations in my life that I never thought I would be in until I got put in that circumstance. And it's like, oh, this is what I decided to do here. Oh, snap. I decided to do this. Like, I never thought I'd be here in my life. But I had to be put in a certain situation in order to be doing something that I didn't think I'd be doing. So from there, I realized that I can't really be judging people out here. Now, there's some stuff you can't judge. It's like, nah, bro. I don't care what the circumstances. All right. You didn't have to go to Diddy's private party. Yeah, all right. And if you did go to his private party, you damn sure didn't have to go in his room. All right. So there's some stuff that I can't justify. All right. But at the same time, there are some things that, hey, man, reconsider. How would you feel? And so for her and this brand of comedy strictly has to be for women. The only people that would really find this funny is honestly women. Because guys would be like, ha, yeah, but women are the ones that, girl, you got a point, girl. Yeah, hey, my baby daddy, I'm the third baby mama, and he ain't got Cam Newton money. And so, by the way, I was looking up Cam's career earnings, and his career earnings was approximately $133 million over that span. So I'm pretty sure he's in a comfortable position, hopefully, with that. So, so I can't be mad at her, although I find, publicizing this and turning this into its own cash cow a little distasteful.
I'm
But
sure he's in on that. I'm sure he's in
I
on
think
that.
he is, because from what I've seen from Cam Newton, like I said, if I think I know him like I think I know him, I don't think this bothers him.
No.
I think this is just part of course, and her doing this is her looking out for his child eventually with the money that she gonna make and all this other weird stuff. So, hey man, when you up there on that ladder and you're doing all this other stuff, apparently it's different rules apply.
Yeah.
So I can't be mad at this as much as I want to be. But
Yeah.
there's a lot going on with this.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it either. And I mean, Cam Newton is a showman. He's like he strikes me as an all publicity is good publicity type guy. He's got his own YouTube show. But I think the last thing that I was saying was I think there was one contract that he signed with the Panthers where he reset the market. I don't remember exactly how much money it was, but be that as it may, he is undoubtedly in a position to be able to comfortably do such a thing. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think I told this story before, very, very quick. It's not even really a story, but when I was still living in Tallahassee, there was this girl who used to work the reception desk at the barbershop that I got my hair cut from. And she and I would have conversations from time to time. Eventually, we started following each other on the socials. And so I would see her make posts and whatnot. And it became very clear to me that she was, a bit on the ratchet side, which, it is what it is, to each their own. But she was like this was like maybe about 10 years ago or so. And this is what kind of showed me for the first time that like being a baby mama is something that certain women anticipate. So, there's this idea that, the idea traditionally speaking that, you meet a guy, maybe you get pregnant and blah, 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 get married, whether there's marriage involved or not. But the idea is usually in the minds of a lot of women that they're not necessarily going to be a baby mama. If they end up being a single mother, it might be because the relationship or the marriage didn't work out, but that wasn't the intent going in.
Mhm.
And this girl was the first girl that who kind of helped me see that there's a decent amount of women in the world who kind of anticipate becoming baby mamas. Like the notion that they're gonna get with a guy who already has kids by other women, and she's just gonna have her child with this dude, and that's just kind of the reality that they come from. It's an expectation that they have for themselves that I didn't know was a thing. So I don't know what cloth she's cut from. I don't know what her past is, but I do know that that's a thing. Like there's, and not even the thing that you're talking about, where you have women who get up there in age, and so they're
Mhm.
exploring alternative means like surrogacy and stuff like that. No, these are younger girls who just feel that way about life. Like they see themselves at some point becoming a baby mama, like
Mhm.
having a kid out of wedlock, like on purpose. So that's another element of this. Again, I'm not going to say that that's where she's coming from, but that is a thing. That is a thing. But at the end of the day, the way I look at it is, for me, I like what she said because she wasn't sugarcoating nothing. She was making it clear, like, look, I know how this looks optically. This is his sixth kid. I'm the third baby mama. But bro, Cam Newton is wealthy. And for me, it wasn't even. It was a decision that I didn't even have to think about. He's a rich dude. Rich dudes operate by different rules. There was the idea that I had to, not consider this just because of the parameters that were involved was not something that I was thinking about. He was rich. The legs went open, and that's as far as it went. So
Hey,
I would prefer that if other women were that honest. Honestly.
yeah, hey, to each their own, and it seems like they're happy together, apparently. So, hey, if they have an understanding, I ain't got no bones to pick with this. This is how they feel and how they want to live. So more power to them. But honestly, I only think the people that will find this type of stuff funny would just be women. So I think she's catering to her target audience. I think those are the ones that are going to go see her shows and laugh along with her. But hey, man, there's a lot of women living in this lane and in this lifestyle, man. So not so much similar to the last topic, but in the sense that women got their own stuff going on, man. They got their own little universe right now. They all making their own little money. They all doing their own little things. They popping up in different industries. So if this woman has baby mama humor, hey man, hey, carve your own niche.
Yeah.
Hopefully she this takes her to the moon. But for me, it's not my brand of humor. I understand it. More power to Cam. Hopefully this was intentional in some capacity. And if not, man, still rock on, Cam. He's an
Yeah.
interesting dude. He is a very interesting man. I say that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he is a part of all of that. I'm pretty sure she's not going around doing skits and framing her whole comedy tour around the fact that she's baby mama number 3 without him
Crazy.
being involved. I'm pretty sure he's involved, and she's 34, by the way. So she's got skin in the game.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, shouts out to Cam. Good luck, bro, on your growing family. Baby number 6 with baby mama number 3. It's not for me, but to each their own.
it's a beautiful thing. Hey, now while you guys are at it, man, make sure you guys hit that like and subscription. All right, you know what I'm saying, and leave us a comment, guys. How do you guys feel about Sir Cam Newton dropping that load off and baby mama number 3? I didn't have to say it like
Uh,
that, but I had to.
yeah, it's pretty good.